Thank you so much for attending my presentation about Pokemon movesets that defy logic, and first let's talk about Ambipom. This set has been one of the most requested topics on this channel for a while, and now's the perfect time to talk about it. Unfortunately, it's really bad. The Apom line is very infamous for many things, but this is arguably the dumbest. Fake Out is a super strong move, having priority and guaranteeing a flinch. However, it only works on the first turn out. In theory, it combines well with Last Resort. This sucks, but can be worked around. Specifically, by only having Last Resort and Fake Out on your moveset, you can set up the nuke somewhat consistently. However, this isn't very good. It just auto-loses to every damn normal resist, which are very common. While funny, I'd recommend sticking with the stronger attacking sets. In my last video, I talked about normal flying types but didn't mention Swellow. This was because, to be frank, it was too strong to fit into the theme very well. However, it's still very interesting. Swellow was known for running Guts Facade sets, burning itself via Flame Orb, and throwing off powerful normal moves. But in Gen 6, the bird reinvented itself with one move, Boom Burst. Now, at first glance, that seems insane. Boom Burst is very powerful at 140 BP, but is also a special move. Swellow's special attack is fucking 50, so how good could it be? It turns out that the move is insane enough to make the set strong anyways. In addition, Swellow has the ability Scrappy. This makes all of its normal and fighting attacks hit ghost types. With the choice specs and stab, it's a great breaker, and unlike other Pokemon like it, Swellow is very tough to outspeed. As insane as it sounds, it's seen a ton of success. While OU and UU were definitely out of the cards, Swellow was hit RU and NU with these sets, outclassing another Scrappy Boom Burst user along the way, Exploud. It's legitimately one of the coolest movesets to ever exist. Z moves are very diverse. Of course, you have the regular just strong attacks, but even standard moves have secondary effects tacked on. One of the most interesting is Hypnosis, which boosts speed by one stage. While seemingly mediocre, this has devastating effects when you get a free turn via sleep. Circuitry is a famous abuser. With 173 special attack, it's very powerful, but struggles to outspeed stuff. When at +1 though, it can use its powerful options with impunity, obviously scary, but my favorite example is Hypno. The idea goes as follows: hit Z Hypnosis boosting speed, then as the opponent switches out, click Belly Drum. This maxes out attack, and since Hypno is now pretty fast, it can sweep teams. While cool, these sets are super inconsistent. You have to rely on Hypnosis hitting a 60% chance, and even then you're very frail against priority and Scarfers, but who gives a shit, this is awesome. Regieleki is one of the dumbest Pokemon ever made. Its whole thing is, my electric moves hit for a lot of damage via the Transistor ability. This is pretty nice, and in Gen 9, it got banned from OU with the Terra Ice Terra Blast set. Unfortunately, that's kinda it. With a move pool as interesting as Wet Cardboard, it can't do that much else, but there is an option. Regieleki, for some reason, has access to both Light Screen and Reflect. These two moves reduce damage from your opponents, ideally enabling teammates. If you're running this build, here's what you're doing. Set your screens, hopefully without immediately dying. Then, if you are still alive, use one of your two pivot moves to get off the field. These are, of course, Volt Switch and Explosion. Then go to a setup sweeper and try to win the game. This is pretty bad as Regieleki has very little bulk, but if you're really into insane hyper-offense teams, you can absolutely give this a shot. Tell me how it goes, I really do love this idea. In conclusion, while most Pokemon movesets are normal, shit can get weird. Stuff like this is a huge reason why I play the game. I love the creativity it can provide. Thank you so much for watching.